Hey guys, it's Drummond, and this week's video is going to be about relationships and what they've become in today's society. So I feel like so many people these days are on dating apps, which I think for the gay community is an amazing way to meet other people in the gay community, because sometimes it's not easy to spot someone else in the crowd who's gay. I definitely think the apps are amazing for the gay community, but I also feel like in general, for the gays and the straights, the dating apps are kind of making it a little bit harder for people to commit to a person, mainly because they are given thousands of choices, and I feel like a lot of people think that, oh, if I get to know these people, then I'm going to know which one's the best for me. And instead of getting to know everyone, you are talking to everyone on such a shallow level, and I feel like you're not getting the opportunity to actually meet someone and get to know them on a personal level where you guys might actually find out if you've got anything in common. I know that I joined Tinder after my relationship ended, and I feel like when it came to talking to people, there was so many people who I would talk to and it would be so shallow. It would be, hey, how are you doing? I'm doing great. What are you up to today? Oh, nothing. And that's it. And it would never really go any further than that. And it's not a great place to be when you're kind of trying to make a connection with somebody. So I feel like people need to take a step back, pick someone that they like, and actually go on a date and get to know them and see if there's a connection there, because there's only so much you can figure out over messaging each other on a dating app. Also, something I'd really like to point out is everyone can say what they're like as a person. You can sit there and be like, oh, I'm great at communicating, I'm great at this, and you can put in your favorite activities and all of that stuff on your profile. But to be honest, I've met a lot of people who say they're interested in a lot of the same things that I am, and once I meet them, I'm like, you're not interested in this stuff at all. So it's nice that you put it out there and say, this is what I'm interested in, because maybe that's the type of person you want to attract into your life. But if you're not actually interested in it, like if you don't enjoy going hiking, don't put on your profile that you're interested in hiking, because you're going to be bringing in all the wrong people. Also, I feel like there's so many people who use older pictures or pictures that look nothing like them. Don't do that. One, it's setting you up for failure, because someone might like you because of the pictures that you've got posted, but then once they meet you, they're not really interested. It's better just to be upfront and be like, hey, this is who I am, and be as authentic as possible, because when you meet the other person, they're going to see what you really look like. I promise, unless you're going on a date with a bag over your head, they're going to see what you look like. So just use the real pictures and give them a real representation of who you are now, not someone who you were 5 or 10 years ago. I feel like another reason why a lot of people are having issues with finding people who are interested in committed relationships is a lot of people have been hurt, and a lot of people are scared to kind of commit to someone. And I think that's a huge issue, because unless you commit to someone, then you're not ever going to realize that maybe there's someone out there that's not going to treat you like shit like people in your past. So if you're too scared to commit and give someone the chance to show you what love really feels like, then you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities. One thing that a lot of people in my life have suggested to me is just putting myself out there and dating tons of people at the same time. And that's something that I've never thought was a good idea, mainly because you wear yourself thin. As an adult, it's harder to kind of go on dates, mainly because both of your schedules have to line up for you to be able to go on a date. And it kind of sucks if you're talking to 5 or 10 guys and you're not able to commit to anybody because you're like, oh, well, I told this person I'd go on a date this time, and then this guy I told I was going to go on a date this time. It's better just to pick one, get to know them. If things don't go well, then be like, hey, this isn't working out. I'm sorry, but maybe we can still be friends. Because if you are stretching yourself so thin to where you're talking to so many people, one, you're not really showing them that you're interested, and two, you're not really giving anybody the opportunity to show you that they are able to commit to you, because you haven't given them the chance to commit to more than one day a month. Another thing that I've noticed a lot in the dating world is how people are so turned off by someone who says, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. It's crazy to think that you're looked upon as a crazy person or a freak because you're looking for a long-term relationship. There have been so many people that I've messaged and talked to in the past, and when I was talking to them, they just like, as soon as they talk to me and they're like, so what are you looking for? And I was like, ultimately, I would like to find someone that I can be in a relationship with. And they're like, whoa, no, 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 no. And I'm just like, why is that a weird thing? Like, I understand that most people are interested in maybe short-term things, but I feel like that's mainly because they're too afraid to commit to something long-term, because they're afraid that they might commit a year or 2 or maybe 5 years like I've done and then get hurt. But to be honest, if you're the type of person that you're out there looking for a connection, it's a lot easier to find a connection with one person and feel that connection versus always throwing someone away because they are interested in a deeper connection than just one-time hookup. Honestly, you have to be willing to commit, and if you're not willing to commit, maybe just be upfront about that and just be like, hey, I'm not really looking for commitment. But I honestly feel like a lot of people who say that are looking for that type of commitment, but they don't want to say that because they're afraid that it's going to scare someone away. And honestly, saying that you're not interested in commitment will scare the people away that are actually looking for commitment, because the people who are at that stage in their life and they're ready to find someone who's committed, they're going to be put off by someone who's like, oh, I'm just looking for a hookup, or oh, I'm not looking for anything serious. Honestly, when I first meet someone, I'm not really looking for anything serious, mainly because I don't know that person at all. And I'm not going to say that long-term relationship is not on the table, but I'm not going to say, oh, I'm looking for my future husband right now, because honestly, I believe in getting to know someone. And once you get to know someone after a couple of dates, then you can kind of decide whether or not you're interested in committing into a relationship. But I don't feel like someone should be ruled out just because right from the beginning they're letting you know, hey, I'm looking for something a little bit more serious. I feel like we're all looking for something a little bit more serious, no matter what age we're at. I just think you have to find someone who is kind of at the same stage you are in life. Because if you're at different stages in your life, then what one person might consider committing is something completely different to somebody else. Like, someone in college isn't really looking for a house and a kid and all of that. Someone who's already in their professional life might be looking for something like that. So you really just have to figure out what stage everyone's on and then just get to know each other. And if it's not what you're looking for, let them know. Be able to communicate that. And don't feel bad because you guys don't connect, because we don't all connect with everybody. It's okay. Something else that I find really funny in today's dating world is the fact that everybody wants everyone to commit just to them, but they don't want to have to commit just to that person. I've met so many people who they talk to me and they're just like, yeah, I'm just kind of looking for someone who's interested in just talking to me. But then while they're on a date with you or while they're talking to you, they'll talk about other people that they're talking to, or you find out later that that person's talking to multiple people. A lot of people have asked me, because I've been in several long-term relationships, they're like, how do you find people who are interested in long-term relationships? One, I show the people that I'm interested. I don't talk to 300 people all at once. I actually invest my time in someone, and even if it's not someone that I end up dating, at least I showed them that, hey, this is what I'm interested in. So if you're the type of person that feels like you are talking to multiple people, but you're looking for a committed relationship, maybe you need to work on being the type of person that's actually dateable and someone who is committable to somebody, because if someone can sense that you're not committed to just them, then that's going to push those types of people away, and you're going to attract the type of people who are more similar to you that talk to multiple people all at the same time. Another thing that I feel like a lot of people need to work on is once they kind of start talking to someone, maybe just shutting everyone else out for a little bit, so that you're not falling into the trap of the wandering eye. Mainly because if you commit to someone, you shouldn't be looking for someone else to replace them. Granted, I know that it's scary to commit to someone. I feel like a lot of people have this mindset where they're like, oh, well, what if this person leaves me and then all these other people that I could have been with no longer want to talk to me because I threw them away. But to be honest, if you're not going to try to commit to somebody and you're trying to keep everybody in your life, you're going to, one, wear yourself out, and two, lose a lot of opportunities that might have actually been good, because good people don't want to be number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on your list. They want to be number 1, and if they feel like they're whatever number on your list and not number 1, or they feel like they're number 1 but there's lots of other people behind them, it doesn't make them want to stay in a relationship with you. So I noticed that a lot of people in the dating apps have really kind of just disappeared after a week, mainly because I feel like there's so many people that they're talking to, it's kind of hard to keep a conversation going. And I know that in the past, I've never really enjoyed feeling like I'm the one always having to carry the conversation. It's nice to start talking to someone and feel like it's a mutual thing where they're messaging you just as much as you're messaging them. One thing that I've done when I am interested in someone is I will give them my number and I will make it pretty well known that I'm interested in them. So they'll know that they're the person that I want to talk to right now, and I will give my time to them, because time to me is kind of something that I don't have a lot of. So when I give someone my time, that means that I'm showing them how important they are to me. One thing that I've really never been a fan of is Snapchat, Instagram, and all these things where you can send multiple people the same picture. I feel like so many people take advantage of these social media things to kind of talk to multiple people all at once and just kind of get whatever feedback they get and respond from there. So I've kind of talked to people in the past where I know they're not aware that I notice what they're doing, because they will send out that multiple Snapchat or multiple Instagram post where you can tell they're just kind of sending out a generic message to multiple people and just waiting for responses. And I'll be the type of person that when I feel like that's happening to me, I'm not going to respond to them. But even though I don't respond, I get the generic text the next day and the next day after that. And it's funny because even if I don't respond, I still get that next day text message as if we were talking the whole day yesterday. And those are the type of people that I just kind of slowly push out of my life. I don't message them and say, hey, I know what you're doing, because honestly, maybe they are looking for somebody and they just haven't found that person yet. My advice to them is to not do that, but I can't stop everybody, but I'm not going to waste my time on someone who's sending the same message to 25 other guys as well. Another thing that I'd like to point out is people who send naked pictures to each other. One thing that you should kind of be aware of is someone who sends multiple nude pictures of themselves in tons of different settings and different clothes, and you have to wonder if that person is sending you all of those pictures and it's not like today, it's not them right now, it's multiple pictures that they've got saved on their phone from several different times that they've taken nude pictures of themselves. And if you think that you're special because you're receiving that picture from them, just realize that there's tons of pictures on their device that they keep saved on there for a specific reason, and they're sending it to you because you're one of those guys that they want to send it to for that day. And they have probably sent that picture to multiple different people. I feel like it'd be pretty funny if when somebody sent stuff like that to people, that a little number popped up on the picture of how many other people they sent it to. I feel like that might cause a lot of drama, but I also feel like it'd make it a little bit more obvious when someone isn't that interested in you and they've got multiple people on their list that they're sending it to. I know one guy actually sent me a picture of himself. This was a long time ago, but he actually tried sending it to multiple people through a text message, and instead of sending it to each of us individually, it sent as a group message. So now we all had everyone else's phone numbers of everyone that he had been sending pictures to. He tried to play it off like, oh my gosh, that was an accident, I didn't mean to send it to everybody, but it's pretty obvious what he was doing. So that's everything for this video today. I hope that brought some things to light that maybe some of you guys weren't thinking of or didn't see clearly before. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you guys later. Make sure you leave some comments in the comment section below of some of your stories in this situation, because I feel like this topic, there's just endless stories that we can share with each other. I love hearing from you guys. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat. I post a lot of stuff on there, and Instagram and Facebook as well. I also have a Twitter. I don't post there as much, but I always upload my new videos on there. So if you guys Follow me on Twitter. You can see whenever I post a new video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.